Hello friends, welcome back to Pixar Astrology. I'm Pix, and today I'm going to be bringing you the top 10 astrology transits to watch out for this month of June. So in this episode, I'm going to be diving into the most significant astrological events that have meaningful impact on all of us. There's a lot happening this month, and I will explore each transit, explain what it means, and offer you some practical advice on how to make the most of these vibes. And don't forget to check out my monthly forecast playlist. That's where I break down the horoscopes for each of the zodiac signs. Plus, at the end of each horoscope, I pull a tarot card to add a little extra pizzazz into your monthly outlook. So grab a comfy seat. Let's dive into the astrology of June together. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button and subscribe to join the community. Let's get started. So let's begin on Saturday, June 3rd. That is when there is a full moon at 13 degrees Sagittarius. And as this full moon rolls around, we can get ready for some sort of culmination, as full moons always provide, and some seriously amplified energy. As a fire sign, Sagittarius brings a heaping helping of adventure, exploration, and freedom to this event. So you might find yourself being or feeling extra optimistic during this full moon, extra enthusiastic, and itching to learn, itching to hit the road, feeling cabin fever. Don't be surprised if your friends are suddenly planning trips, signing up for classes, or diving into deep convos about philosophy, spirituality, and all things thought-provoking. On a bigger scale, this full moon could definitely spark breakthroughs in areas around international relations, education, legal matters. With Sagittarius being a mutable sign, it's all about flexibility and adaptability for this full moon. This helps everyone navigate these tricky situations with a very positive outlook. Hold up though, full moons also have a knack for revealing hidden and unresolved issues. And Sagittarius isn't exactly known for being subtle, so people might find themselves being caught up in confrontations or conflicts sparked by differing opinions, especially when it comes to sensitive topics. So the key to sailing through this full moon is embracing open-mindedness and searching for a common ground while respecting the other person's perspectives. So I recommend lighting a candle with the intention to release and let go of something related to the house in your chart that rules Sagittarius. So embrace the spirit of letting go with this full moon and move forward, making the most out of its power, right? So the next thing I want to talk about is on Monday, June 5th. That is when Venus enters Leo, which we love, but when it enters Leo, it opposes Pluto in Aquarius. So first off, when Venus enters Leo, we can get ready for a time filled with warmth, affection, creativity, especially in relationships and with personal expression. As a fire sign, Leo craves recognition, fun, romance, and with Venus, who is the planet of love, beauty, values, stepping into Leo, you might find yourself more focused on seeking attention or admiration or recognition and indulging in self-expression. So this means you can expect more social events, more gatherings, more celebrations where people come together and enjoy life's pleasures and show themselves off. You might feel more inclined when Venus is in Leo to express your feelings boldly, loudly, which definitely leads to stronger connections and deeper bonds. For Venus-ruled people, that's Taurus risings and Libra risings, this transit is especially significant because you're going to feel a major boost in your creative expression, your desire for connection, and your enjoyment of life's luxuries in general. But the caveat, right? So we like Venus in Leo, that's a vibe, but when Venus ingresses into Leo, it immediately opposes Pluto, and that is the planet of transformation, power, intensity, and this opposition adds a layer of complexity to the vibrant energy of Venus in Leo. So this might manifest as power struggles or emotional intensity in relationships when the ingress happens. So you could be confronted with some sort of hidden desires, some sort of possessiveness or jealousy, leading to conflicts or just passionate encounters. So this opposition also could ignite transformations within relationships. It forces you to confront deepest feelings and insecurities sometimes. So navigating this aspect is about maintaining open communication, mutual respect, and self-awareness. So acknowledge and address the deeper issues at play, and you can definitely experience growth with your relationships and transformation with your relationships, making it more authentic, more better in general. But I am honoring the challenge that may occur with the ingress. So the next thing I want to talk about is Sunday, June 11th. This is when Pluto re-enters Capricorn. Oh. I think my color's changed. It must be 420. It changes when it's 420. Anyways, so next I want to talk about Sunday, June 11th. We have two things happening. I'm going to start with Pluto retrograding back into Capricorn. So you can expect some deep reflection and change focused on structures, authority, long-term goals. We're used to Pluto in Capricorn. It's been there since 2008, so this is familiar energy, but you might see people reevaluating their professional goals, rethinking their relationships, especially with bosses or leaders, or just we might be witnessing changes in government policies or institutions in some way. On a personal level, you might start questioning your own ambitions and be looking to redefine your objectives and your roles in whatever systems you're involved with. As Pluto moves in and out of Capricorn during its move into Aquarius, it creates a bit of a vibe of uncertainty and fluctuating energy. So let's see. Here's a list here. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but here's a list of all the ingress dates for Pluto, so you can be aware of all these shifts. There'll probably be more background energy type things, but that back and forth motion can definitely create uncertainty. And Pluto brings transitional times. We are in a very transitional period this year, in between eras, essentially. And so it's essential to remain adaptable, to remain open-minded, stay patient, embrace the transformative power of Pluto, and embrace the discipline of Pluto in Capricorn, and embrace the innovation with Pluto in Aquarius. Cardinal signs, including Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, are all likely to be most affected by Pluto retrograding back into Capricorn. So if you have, a cardinal sign as your sun, moon, or ascendant, you might feel this impact more intensely. The other thing that's happening Sunday, June 11th is Mercury entering Gemini. So Mercury will be moving into Gemini, and this boosts our communication, our mental clarity, our curiosity, our mental sharpness. This is a very adaptable, quick thinking, and social Mercury. And the combo sets up an atmosphere that brings ideas that come easily, conversations that are very engaging, and learning a lot as well. You might find yourself diving into new subjects, new rabbit holes, having lively chats with people, or starting up projects that flex your creativity and your smarts when Mercury enters Gemini. To get the most out of Mercury and Gemini, I recommend you set some goals around learning, around communicating, and embrace Gemini's playful and curious vibes, and explore new interests and create meaningful connections with others. And it doesn't need to be that serious either. It can be playful. It can be silly. Stay open to the new experiences and keep your focus. And if you're a Mercury-ruled folk, looking at you, Gemini and Virgo risings, you're definitely going to be feeling this energy even more and get even more of a boost from it because Mercury is heading into its home sign. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is on Saturday, June 17th. We have two things. We have a new moon at 26 degrees Gemini, which is interesting. And we also have Saturn stationing retrograde at 7 degrees Pisces. So let's start with the new moon in Gemini, Saturday, June 17th. This is fresh beginnings, surge of curiosity, leveled up communication. Mercury enters Gemini and like stirs up the dust, and then the new moon comes through so we can plant the seed for what we truly want to do with that house. New moons kick off a brand new lunar cycle, and Gemini, the sign all about being adaptable, smart, and social, gets you all pumped up to check out new ideas, dive into thought-provoking chats, meet new people. In real life, this might just mean joining a cool social group, signing up for a class, or starting a creative project that shows off your smarts. So during this new moon, I recommend you focus setting goals around learning. I recommend you, this is Tuna, if you can see her. This is my new kitty. She's a baby. I love her. All right, what are we talking about? So we're talking about the new moon. So I recommend lighting a candle with the intention, or just setting intentions to learn, to grow, to have a journey of some kind, or just light a candle to manifest something to do with the Gemini house in your chart. So the other thing we're going to talk about is Saturn stationing retrograde at 7 degrees Pisces. And when Saturn stations retrograde, get ready for some deep thinking, reevaluating, and maybe a bit of slowdown in certain parts of our lives. Saturn is all about discipline, responsibility, structure, and when it's moving backwards, the energy turns more towards checking out and fine-tuning things and systems and structures that are already in place. You might find yourself rethinking your goals, rethinking your commitments, or rethinking core aspects of your life. So taking another look at your career, getting your finances in order, or giving your relationships some extra attention or reevaluation as possible. So when Saturn is stationing, it's moving at a glacial pace, and this can make any Capricorn or Aquarius risings feel kind of stuck and weighed down, or those houses in our charts. This is because Saturn has to hit the brakes before switching directions, and this makes the energy a lot more intense and concentrated. So you might feel like progress has slowed or lagging or pausing, and you'll need to have patience and just keep pushing forward. So zero in on fine-tuning your long-term goals and figure out if there is anything where you could be more disciplined and responsible. Use this retrograde to go over your past actions, learn from mistakes, that sort of thing. You're definitely going to come out of this a lot more refreshed, but Saturn stationing Saturn is retrograde for like 5 months of the year. So it's not, some big event. You know what I mean? The station is kind of a big event because that's when the energy is concentrated. So let's move on. Wednesday, June 21st. That is when the sun enters Cancer and Cancer season begins. So as the sun rolls into Cancer and Cancer season is kicked off, get ready for a time where you'll be focusing more on nurturing, more on emotional connections, and taking care of yourself. Cancer is a cardinal water sign, and so it's all about home, family, deep emotions, and starting things. And when the sun is hanging out in Cancer, the vibe gets a lot more sensitive, a lot more intuitive, and compassionate, pushing you to put your emotional well-being first and strengthen your connections with people that you love. And to mention a bit about the season of Cancer and why it has the associations it has, in the Northern Hemisphere, Cancer season is when the sun reaches its peak, the highest point in the sky, and starts dipping back down, starting to have less light in the day, meaning daylight starts to get shorter. So this change due to Cancer season mirrors the emotional journey of Cancer in general, the themes of separating from source, nostalgia from source, vulnerability, and the pain of what's leaving what's familiar. Just like a mom takes care of her baby who's left the womb, Cancer season is all about taking care of yourself, taking care of others, and remembering how important your emotional support and empathy are when you're feeling vulnerable. So during Cancer season, you might catch yourself thinking about the past, feeling nostalgic, or just wanting more security and more comfort. of the good old days, whatever that is. So you can show up as wanting to reconnect to your roots, or maybe you're holding on to previous memories, dealing with lingering feelings of insecurity or worries about the future. By channeling the nurturing and devoted side of Cancer, you can hold on to the memory of your connection to your higher self and let it guide you on your journey. Cancer season is all about taking care of your emotional needs, practicing self-care, and getting closer to people who matter most. So remembering your connection to what's really important during Cancer season and focusing on nurturing yourself will definitely help you tackle anything that comes your way during Cancer season. Interestingly, a few days later, on Monday, June 26th, Mercury enters Cancer. And when Mercury rolls into Cancer following the Sun, we can all get ready for a time of more emotional sensitivity, heightened emotional sensitivity, some more introspection, and more focus on family and stuff happening at home. So this combination of Mercury and Cancer means that your thoughts and your communication are going to be driven a lot more by your feelings and your instincts rather than pure logic. So you might find yourself having deeper conversations with loved ones, thinking more about your personal life, or digging into your emotions more. During Mercury and Cancer, your intuition is going to go through the roof, helping you better understand how people around you feel and what's driving them. This can definitely lead to more empathy and stronger connections with the folks that you do care about. But watch out for moodiness or being overly sensitive or taking stuff too personally, because Cancer's energy can sometimes crank up emotions and make it kind of hard to think logically or straight. So to make the most out of Mercury hanging out in Cancer, focus on taking care of your emotional well-being, connecting with your family, connecting with your chosen family, your close friends, and working on connecting to your intuition. Try doing things like journaling, meditating, spending time in nature to help you deal with your emotions and keep a sense of balance. Mercury ruled folks, that's Virgo rising, Gemini rising, you'll be feeling this the strongest, the most viscerally. And so I want to talk about one more day. We're going to talk about Friday, June 30th. We have two things happening. We have Neptune stationing retrograde at 27 degrees Pisces, and we have Mercury Cazimi at 9 degrees Cancer. So taking a step back, the last week of June, the final week of June, is probably going to be a little bit foggy, a little bit confusing, you might feel a little bit lost, because Neptune will be slowing down, moving at a glacial pace to then stop on Friday and station retrograde. So like I said, the week leading up to Friday, June 30th might feel kind of confusing. You might feel kind of lethargic, dissociated, lost, or highly creative. Not very logical, but highly creative, highly intuitive, highly in tune with the unseen part of life. Then, on Friday, June 30th, when Neptune stations, you might come to more of a breakthrough. Neptune is the planet of dreams, spirituality, illusions, and when it goes backwards in the sky, it definitely pushes us to explore our inner world. And this is just mostly for the day of the retrograde, or the week, I should say. So you might find yourself questioning your beliefs, taking a second look at your aspirations, or diving deeper into your spiritual journey for the last week of June. Your intuition is on fire, your psychic vibes are stronger, that sort of thing. So with that being said, we also have the Mercury Cazimi at 9 degrees Cancer, and this is kind of like the breakthrough through that Neptune fog. A Cazimi is when a planet lines up and conjoins the heart of the sun and is whispered wisdom, essentially, from the sun. This is a power-up for Mercury, making Mercury influence extra strong and extra on point. So with this Cazimi happening in Cancer, the spotlight can be on having being able to express and understand emotions with a boost, You might find it easier to put your feelings into words, empathize with others, or get insights into your emotional world in general. It can give you a short window of opportunity for better emotional communication and for self-reflection. Again, you might feel more empathetic, which helps you connect more deeply with the ones you love and have more personal chats about personal stuff. So this is a Cazimi that brings moments of clarity and intuitive insights amidst the Neptune fog, making it easier to understand what's going on. So to really make the most out of this Mercury Cazimi, use this time to talk openly and honestly about your emotions, connect with the people that you care about, explore your inner world. Activities like journaling, meditating, having heart-to-heart conversations can definitely tap you into the heightened emotional clarity that comes with this transit. All right, and that wraps up your horoscope for June. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more astrology goodness. If you are hungry for even more astrological insights, you can join my portal for exclusive weekly or monthly forecast and horoscopes. You can book a one-on-one consultation with me, or you can become a member of my wonderful Discord community. So check out the links in the description to get started, and take care, my friends. I will see you next time. Bye!